Do you think it's best to incorporate in the UK as a non-resident, as I as I obviously want the company to be international and also have the credibility of being situated in London rather than South Africa, for example? What do you think is the best option for my situation?
I think you're just asking the wrong question. The corporation where you are doesn't matter. If you're from South Africa or the UK, it doesn't matter. What matters is what we talked about, not yesterday, but Monday. You need to figure out the distribution of this thing, right? This is the beauty app, right? Like come home, they'll come to your home and you can hire hairdressers or whoever and they come to your, right? Am I getting it right?
I haven't got a good memory. Yeah.
Well, I hope I'm getting it right. But either way, even if that's not the right app, where you are, your credibility being in the UK versus South Africa doesn't matter. Like the amount of effort spent thinking about it should be focused on getting the marketing out for your app. That's what matters. That's the most important thing. If you go off and you get people using your app, they will not care where you're from. Like investors, marketing partners, they don't care where you're from. They care about who you're serving. I spoke yesterday to a group of South African entrepreneurs from Canada. All that matters is I had a message that hopefully, touched them. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. The time spent thinking about it is preventing you from actually doing the things that you need to grow the business.
I think I'm missing my puzzle piece in order to get someone that would be a driving force with me. I do believe that the marketing is the most essential thing.
Okay, hold on, Gabrielle. So on that, are you going to be the technical person or the marketing person? What is your role going to be in this company? Or are you trying to do both?
I need help finding a team and co-founder.
Okay. So let's stick on that. I mean, I think I asked you this yesterday, but maybe it was at the end of the stream, or we didn't get to it.
Okay, but there's a follow-up.
Which founder? Are you the technical person or are you the marketing person?
Yeah. So
did she say that?
Said, how do you think I should find that person? Because meeting new people is a bit restricted. So it would be ideally to start online. I've been messaging and emailing. It feels like thousands of people every day.
Who is the person? Like, let's go step by step. Who is the person? Which one are you? Are you the marketing person or are you the technical person?
Okay, so you gotta be clear about that, Mobius. Gosh, not Mobius. Gabriella. Yeah. And Max says, "Okay, thanks." And then AJ says, "Okay, I really want you to add more to that question. You meet all successful entrepreneurs, rich, successful people.
Okay.
When you talk or meet them, what do you think? What's your approach? And is success to talk to you?"
I'm not following the question. Okay, so I'm going to meet somebody. What am I thinking while I'm meeting them?
I think AJ was talking earlier about like to meet someone who's done more than you and more successful than you. Remember that?
Yeah.
So AJ is saying that they want you to be more, add more to the question. That you meet all successful entrepreneurs, rich, successful people. When you talk or meet, what do you think? What's your approach? And the success to and talk to you.
Okay, so when I'm meeting somebody, I actually have very little interest in meeting somebody who I don't have a specific question to ask. So if I'm trying to learn something, if I'm trying to pick something specific up, like I am trying to launch my next book, I would love to talk to people who have done huge book launches and get their feedback on what to do next, right? So, but a lot of them aren't necessarily the big famous people. It's just somebody who you may have never heard of, but has done a lot of books. or a lot of whatever, right? A lot of the things that you care about getting great at, the person who can teach you that skill set may not have to be some giant famous person. So unless there's a specific question that I want to ask, for the most part, I have no interest. It just doesn't, I'm an introvert. I don't know. It just hanging out and talking is not fun for me. I don't like it. It's not how I would spend my time. Zane would love it.
Right, of course.
Yeah, but I don't like it. I don't like that stuff. So why do I do interviews and everything? Well, it's service, right? I'm trying to ask a question in a series of questions that can pull out the person's entrepreneurial journey that the audience can learn from. So that's what I'm usually thinking. It's like, how do I turn this opportunity into something that can make the person that I'm talking to look good, as well as bring a lot of value for my audience so they can learn and improve and get better.
How do you suppose I find someone truly interested in joining this project with me to help me with the marketing side and building the cool from the ground up? Now, she's going to be doing the technical stuff.
Okay, so awesome. And that is the problem to solve. That is the number one problem to solve over everything else, right? Where to incorporate all the other stuff. None of that stuff matters. Finding the right person is the only thing that matters. So how do you do it? Couple things that I want you to now think about, Gabriella. One, if you're the technical person, start coding. Like every day, start coding, start creating, start making the app, start making progress towards it, start coding. It's this business. I mean, I come from the business. I come from software. It's just hours. It's just your labor going in and making it happen. So every day you need to start spending time actually developing it, because the more you just talk about it without having anything, the harder it is for people to come on board. Every time you talk about it to somebody again, there should be like coming back here the next day, like and now this is done, and now this functionality has been built, right? So every day you have to be working on it. Number two, think about in your current circle of friends, who is the most outgoing, most savvy marketing, most extroverted person that might be a potential fit for this. If there's anybody in your circle right now who you love working with, who's a great person, great values, but is already, maybe they already have a job, maybe they're doing something else, but the more you can already connect with somebody who's doing it. I love working with friends, right? I love finding ways to work together with people who share similar values but different skill sets. And then three, you need to start hanging out. If you don't find it through the person you already know, you need to start hanging out with the people in their circles. So instead of hanging out in all the technical rooms, right? Think about the groups you hang out with, the clubs that you go to, and sure, we're all online now, but the subreddits that you go to, like think about where you're spending your time. We tend to gravitate to people who are like us. And what you need to do is start hanging around the circles and not being one of 100 technical people, but the only technical person in a room full of marketers.
I'm trying to connect with someone who has the marketing side down, although I have some ideas, and someone who can provide the funds to hire an app development team, or ideally a programmer who co-founded.
Yeah,
Okay.
but at the start is you. Like, you need to start coding things yourself. If you're the technical co-founder, you need to start programming things.